Welcome to another episode of Wave of the Day by Smallest. I'm your host, Emily, joined by my brilliant co-host, Armin. Today, we're exploring a groundbreaking concept in natural language processing, the GloVe model, which stands for Global Vectors for Word Representation. If you've ever wondered how machines understand relationships between words, you're in for a treat. Armin, I know you're especially excited about this one.
Absolutely, Emily. This is a game changer. What makes GloVe so special is that it brings together two approaches in LRP that were once seen as rivals. The way it bridges the gap is nothing short of brilliant.
Rivals, I'm intrigued. Can you explain what you mean by that?
Sure thing, imagine two different methods for figuring out how words relate to each other. On one side, you have count based methods like LSA, Latin semantic analysis, which count how often words appear together in large text corpora. On the other side, you have prediction based methods like the skipgram model, which tries to predict words based on their surrounding context. These two methods approach the problem from opposite directions.
I see. So it's like two ways of mapping out a city, or one person analyzes every street and building while another predicts where new development might happen based on patterns. Is that the idea?
That's a perfect analogy, Emily, and just like in city planning, both approaches have their advantages. Count based methods are great at capturing broad, overall patterns, while prediction based methods excel at spotting more subtle relationships and context.
So how does GloVe manage to combine these two very different approaches?
That's the clever part. GloVe focuses on word co occurrence, in other words, how often words appear together across a large body of text. But it goes a step further by creating a matrix of these co occurrences and applying sophisticated mathematical techniques to it. This allows GloVe to pick up on relationships between words in a way that other models can't. For example, it can understand analogies like king is to queen as man is to woman through the relationships in that matrix.
Wait, you're telling me GloVe can actually understand analogies, like recognize the pattern in king is to queen as man is to woman?
Exactly. The GloVe model captures these relationships through its vector representations of words. And get this, in one of the tests, it achieved 75% accuracy on analogy tasks. That's pretty remarkable when you think about how nuanced some of these relationships are.
That's amazing. It sounds like how humans learn languages. You don't memorize every possible phrase, but you do pick up on patterns and relationships between words. Is that a fair comparison?
Absolutely spot on. Just like how we naturally recognize patterns in language, GloVe does something similar, but with math. It uses a weighted least squares regression that prioritizes the important co occurrences and ignores the nosy, less useful ones. This allows it to generalize much better than simpler models.
Okay, now I'm wondering, where do we actually see GloVe in action? Are there real world applications for this?
Oh, definitely. GloVe is used in a ton of AI applications. It powers things like search engines, document classification, and chatbots. It's also useful for question answering systems and named entity recognition, which is how AI identifies proper nouns like names, places, and companies in text. It's like giving machines a better understanding of the subtleties in human language.
That's a huge range of applications. I'm curious, how does GloVe measure up to other models in terms of performance? Does it have a clear edge?
It does, and that's why it's become so widely adopted. The GloVe model consistently outperforms other models on tasks like word similarity and named entity recognition. But here's the kicker, it does all of this while being computationally efficient. It's faster and uses fewer resources than some of the more complex alternatives.
This is such a cool model. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you think is the most groundbreaking part of GloVe.
For me, it's how GloVe bridges the divide between count based and prediction based methods. It's like realizing two opposing ideas were just two sides of the same coin all along. The elegance of that approach, combined with its real world practicality, makes it a standout innovation in AI.
What a great way to end it. Thanks so much for breaking it all down, Amin. And to our listeners, thank you for joining us for another episode of WAV of the Day by Smallest. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on more deep dives into the world of AI. See you next time.